welcome back to Ravenclaw Reads. I'm Courtney and today you're joining me for my March TBR. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Courtney. I do all kinds of bookish things. TBRs, wrap-ups, weekly vlogs, e-reader content. Check out the content on my other videos. If you like it, subscribe. If you're returning, thanks so much for returning. Please consider becoming a member of my channel. You get some extra perks for being a member and I would love to share those with you. So today is all about March and I cannot believe we're already in March. It seems like it was just January, but here we are. And I think last year I did March Mystery Madness, but this year I have decided to sort of mix up my selections with 3 mystery thrillers about, and then the rest some books that I've just been looking to read. I try to read 15 to 20 books per month. I think in February, because I'm filming this on February, what is today, the 26th, that or 25th, that I might not get to 15, I might have 14 because I've lost all of my energy to do anything but veg in front of the TV, so we'll see. But generally I try to read 15 to 20 books a month, but I am very much a mood reader. So for a while, I just thought TBRs were not my thing because I'm never going to follow them. However, the thing I like about TBRs is that they are just a pile of possibilities. It could be something to go to when I'm kind of stalled out on what I want to read next, or it could be something I never touch again after this video. So who knows? It's a surprise to all of us. So I picked 11 books because I thought if I was sticking to this TBR, I would need some wiggle room to pick out books that I just have my eye on. And I have a couple of new releases that are coming out, a couple of books that have just been on my list for a while. And so I want to check those out. So let's get started with the list. Okay, first up, I would like to finish Onyx Storm. So I am 52% into Onyx Storm. I've been at 52% for pretty much the entirety of February. As I've said before, there's nothing wrong with this book. I actually enjoy it. I just have not been able to pick it up and go through it. It's not like a page turner, but again, I can't pinpoint that there's something wrong with it. I just have not had the get up and go for it. There's a couple other books that have come up that seemed more interesting and were faster paced, and so I just focused on those. But I do want to finish Onyx Storm. I thought about keeping this last week in February to read Onyx Storm, and I just thought that would be a horrible idea. So I'm just taking a break, but I think I really want to finish this in March. I've heard some mixed reviews. I'm not really worried about it. We all have our different tastes. I still want to finish it and still be in the world. I just need to prioritize that. Okay, the first book I have on my list that I want to read, and these are in no particular order, just kind of what I wrote down, is Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. This is my first Riley Sager book. I picked it up probably on like an e-deal last year at some point. I just have never gotten to it. But this says, a man must contend with the long-ago disappearance of his childhood best friend and the dark secrets lurking just beyond the safe confines of his picture-perfect neighborhood. The worst thing to ever happen on Hemlock Circle occurred in Ethan Martian's backyard. One July night, 10-year-old Ethan and his best friend and neighbor Billy fell asleep in a tent set up on a manicured lawn in a quiet, quaint New Jersey cul-de-sac. In the morning, Ethan woke up alone. During the night, someone had sliced the tent open with a knife and taken Billy. He was never seen again. 30 years later, Ethan has reluctantly returned to his childhood home. Plagued by bad dreams and insomnia, he begins to notice strange things happening in the middle of the night. Someone seems to be roaming the cul-de-sac at odd hours, and signs of Billy's presence keep appearing in Ethan's backyard. Is someone playing a cruel prank, or has Billy, long thought to be dead, somehow returned to Hemlock Circle? So this is sort of a it reminds me sort of like of It, where something happened a long time ago, people come back and they're still being haunted by this. And so, like I said, I've never read a Riley Sager book. I heard this wasn't his best one, but I'm still interested in reading it, so that is on the list for March. All right, the next book that I want to read is a new release. It comes out on the 4th of March. It's called The Love Simulation by Etta Easton. Etta also wrote The Kiss Countdown. I really thought that was cute last year. It had like a NASA sort of science-y feel to it. It doesn't say that these are related, like it doesn't say it's book 2, but we still have some science parts to it. So it says a passionate vice principal and a guarded science teacher compete for a grand prize only to realize their budding relationship might be the real jackpot. Brianna Rogers has been told a time, or 6, she needs to stop jumping into things head first. But when the principal rescinds his approval for a library upgrade, deciding to spend the money on a football field instead, she sees red. Literally. Brianna throws her hat in the ring and joins a team of teachers who will spend their summer in a Mars simulation. As the sister of an astronaut, this should be easy, right? Oh, okay, so this is the connection. What she didn't count on was the last-minute addition to the team. Roman, science teacher, son of the principal, and too handsome for his own good. Roman and Brianna have been hot and cold all year, and living in close quarters intensifies their animosity and attraction. Brianna is sure he's been sent by his fellow to sabotage them, foiling their chance at prize money that will cover all of the school's actual needs. But each day, Roman proves himself to be a dedicated teammate, and Brianna finds herself falling harder and harder. While it's clear the feeling is mutual, she can't shake the sense that he's hiding something. As the simulation nears its end, Brianna realizes she may have to make an impossible choice between the school she's dedicated herself to and the man who has won his way into her heart. So that just sounds cute, and I liked Etta Easton's writing. Okay, next up, I would like to read the Strawberry, what are we at? The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. This is book 4 in the Dream Harbor series. I know some people have mixed feelings about this, but as I said before, I am here for this cozy, cute, quaint little town that's going on, and you're not going to stop me. I love it. So this one says, as a renowned chef, single dad Archer never planned on moving to a small town, let alone running a pancake restaurant. But Dream Harbor needs a new chef, and Archer needs a community to help raise his daughter, Olive. Iris has never managed to hold down a job for more than a few months, so when Mayor Kelly suggests Archer is looking for a nanny and Iris might be available, she shudders at the thought. But in need of money, she reluctantly agrees. As Archer and Iris get used to the new roles, is it possible that they might have more in common than they first thought? Or is Olive just determined to play matchmaker? I love that. So, single dad, forced proximity, slow burn, found family, one bed. I like that. So that's coming out on the 13th of March. I will be lining up for that. I have them all on my Kindle right now, and I will continue to read that. Okay, the next book I want to read is called Just Our Luck by Denise Williams. This comes out at the end of March. It comes out the 25th. But Denise Williams wrote one of my favorite books last year, which was technically yours. This book says a lottery ticket plus donuts equals love in this steamy new fake dating romance from Denise Williams. After years of bouncing from job to job in search of something that feels right and from man to man in search of something special, Sybil is embracing her role as the directionless, floundering member of her family. All she really wants now is a little financial stability and carb comfort. Lucky for her, she's got just enough in the bank to buy a lottery ticket, and the late-night donut store is open. Kieran Anderson abandoned his dreams of becoming a doctor to take over running his family's bakery, and after 2 years of fighting a losing battle to save the place, he's exhausted and broke. But when a whirlwind of a woman sweeps in late one night, flirty energy gives way to more until she runs out the next morning, leaving behind her winning lottery ticket. Lucky for Kieran, his attempt to return the ticket looks like a grand romantic gesture and goes viral, setting sails through the roof. In an effort to keep the store afloat and to get Sybil's family off of her back, they agreed to a fake relationship for 3 months. Even with hundreds of millions of dollars, finding each other might end up being the sweetest bit of luck for both of them. That looks so cute. And here's the cover. If that's gonna look how cute that cover is. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Okay, so excited about that. Okay, next up, I talked about this in my last video where I had some books that I had bought at the Paper Palace. I want to read that book. That book is about it sounds like it's about 2 people who are married, they're family friends, like couple friends, and they end up having an affair or like hooking up in the backyard at a backyard barbecue. And that just sounds messy as all get out, so I'm here for it. I also want to read The X-Vows. I also read that in my last video. And that one is about 2 sort of it's a second chance romance. 2 people coming back to their hometown for a wedding. The wedding goes awry and they have to pair up to make it all right. And that sounds super cute. So I definitely want that on the list. Next up, I want to read Diana in Love. This is book 2 in this series. And I believe this one is, well, if you read the last one, you know that she like left her husband, got a divorce, whatever. But this one is where she's finding love. Hence the name Diana in Love. And so those are some real quick ones that I wanted to name off that I definitely want to read. Okay, next up I want to read Change a Heart by Fallon Ballard. Okay, Fallon Ballard, she wrote the book Right on Cue. I think I read that one. I think it was okay, but this is a new one that I picked up on my Kindle. This one says Campbell Andrews despises exactly three things three things: incompetence, tardiness, and love stories. Making partner at her law firm at 34, she has no time for anything or anyone else, and certainly no respect for those who choose love over work. That is, until she wakes up in Heart Springs, her own personal hell. The good news, she's not dead. She's been magically transported to a small town straight out the Hallmark Channel, complete with a meddling mayor, seasonal festivals, and friendly townsfolk. Cam can't stand it, but in order to make it back to her real life, she has to fulfill three tasks. Most importantly, she has to find true love. It seems impossible, but anything's possible with a change of heart. Oh, that sounds so cute. I love that. I love these types of stories, so I am excited about that. I don't know that I loved the other Fallon Ballard books that I read, but this one sounds really cute. Okay, the next one that I want to read, it's been on my list for a while, and it was recently an daily book deal. And this is Small Great Things by Jodi Picoult. As you guys know, I love Jodi Picoult now because of her political stance and her putting her business out there, and I just appreciate her standing on business about that. So this book is about Ruth Jefferson, who's a labor and delivery nurse in Connecticut. She has 20 years experience, and she is working her shift, and she's checking up on a newborn, and then she finds out she's been reassigned to another patient, and she finds out that the parents are white supremacists and don't want Ruth, who's African American, to touch their child. The hospital actually complies with that request, but the next day the baby goes in cardiac distress while Ruth is alone in the nursery. So does she obey the orders or does she intervene? So Ruth hesitates performing CPR, and as a result is charged with a serious crime. Oh my gosh, this is gonna make me so mad. Anyway, I'm gonna read this one this month. And the last book I read from Jodi Picoult was Mad Honey, and it kind of had that same idea where, you know, something that was not necessarily that person's fault got them in trouble, and it's race related, and so I'm excited to read this one. This one's going to be heavy though, so I better cushion this with some other books, right? Yeah. Okay, the next book that I want to read is called The Good Sister by Sally Hepworth. I kind of started this lightly somewhere in the middle of this month, but did not fully get into it. And this book follows two sisters. They're twin sisters, Fern and Rose, and they've been close their entire life. And they kind of will do anything for each other. Fern has this very perfect life that she's put together, and Rose has, I guess, sort of bent her back to help Fern in everything she's ever done. Anyway, Rose wants to get pregnant and figures out she cannot, so Fern does anything she can to make that happen for her sister. And I'm scared to know what that means, but it sounds really good. And like I said, I started it a little bit, and it started off really good. I only put it down for the moment because I wanted to read something else. Okay, the last book that I want to read is called Whiskey River by the author Shantae. This is like a cowboy romance, and I heard about it on somebody else's channel. This one's lightly on my TBR. If I don't get to it, I think I'll live. But this one says that Oakland and Sacred are two people in the town. Oakland's the woman, Sacred's the guy, and they start a fake relationship. Sacred wants to fix his reputation, and Oakland wants popularity for her business. And of course, as they are building this fake relationship, they start falling in love. And so it sounds okay. It sounded a lot better when I originally downloaded it than when I just found the synopsis, but that's fine. So those are the 11 books that I have on my general list. Of course, I'll probably pop some Babysitter's Club in there and any other books that pique my fancy. I have a ton of books in my Kindle right now that I should be getting to, and so who knows what could be coming down the line, but if I could get to some of these, that would be a really great idea. Let me know down below if you have any March picks, if you've read any of the books that I'm going to read in March. I would love to hear about them. Otherwise, until the next time, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye, guys.